Hey everybody, how are we doing today? So we are making our dinner and wanted you to join us in our kitchen. And we are making a one-pot chicken and gnocchi recipe. This is a new recipe for us and I'm excited to try it. I like gnocchi and I've just never made anything with it. So I'm really excited to try this. Let me flip you around here. So we just finished cooking the chicken thighs. They are boneless, skinless, seasoned with salt and pepper and some Italian seasoning. Before that, we had cooked some bacon, some smoked bacon. It's actually, I think, applewood smoked. And we're using the cast iron skillet. Now, the recipe calls for the enameled cast iron skillet, but I don't have that, so I'm just using our 12-inch one and stuff. And you can see all the fond that's left on there. Well, that's going to come up very shortly when we add the milk in and stuff. We'll add, first we're going to add the garlic, and we're just going to cook that for a short period of time to just get it aromatic. So just basically enough to get the smell in the air and to bring out the good flavors to it. Then we'll add in the milk, and that he's adding in the milk now. You notice he's stirring as he's adding in, and so then we are going to add in our gnocchi. So there's the gnocchi. They sell pre-made potato gnocchi over here, which is great. You don't have to worry about making it. There goes the cheese, fresh grated Parmesan cheese. There was also some Italian seasoning in there. And then he's getting the bacon off the plate to add in. Then we're going to just boil this, bring it to a boil, and we're going to reduce the heat to a medium. And we'll, stir it until, just to get it thickened a little bit, to get the gravy thickened, almost like whenever you're making an Alfredo sauce. And but you notice how he's moving the spoon around and everything to get all the fond off the bottom. So it just looked like really ugly bits in that, but those ugly bits have a lot of good flavor. Careful.
Flavor.
A lot of good flavor in them.
Right. And that's called deglazing. So you want to deglaze the pan.
I think you were still supposed to leave it up on medium until it comes to a boil.
Yep.
So when we're cooking with gas stove, we prefer it because we can control the heat better. A lot of times with electric, it just gets frustrating because it's a as needed heat. You know, it'll come up to temperature, turn off, and then once it reaches a certain point, turns back on to get it back up to temperature and everything. Whereas the gas is just a consistent heat flame. So it actually looks like it's going to be good. And that's so.
All that fond is turning to milk, that nice brown color. That's all the little protein bits that stuck to the bottom that are now coming off, and you only get this with, stainless or cast iron, or the stainless non-stick and line.
We like our cast iron pans. We don't use them as often as we'd like to. But with our cast iron pans, you have a 12-inch, which is what we're using. You have a 10-inch, and then you have little baby 5.5-inch ones that come in a set of 2 that are perfect for the air fryer, and or just making like personal macaroni and cheeses or deep dish pizzas, and that, which is something we haven't made in a while, is a deep dish. We'd done a Chicago style deep dish one time, which was really good. There's so many things you can do with cast iron. And this cast iron comes pre-seasoned, so you don't have to worry about getting it seasoned or anything like that. Just when you wash it, just remember, it does need to be dried immediately. It is a natural metal, so it will, show rust signs if you don't dry it immediately, and then you just oil it up to maintain the seasoning on it. And that, which Philip normally takes care of for me. Between the knives and the cast iron cookware, he takes care of making sure those are well taken care of.
Yeah, and if you have cast iron and you want, a lot of people are afraid of cast iron because the fond, the food burns on to the pan.
It makes you think it's burning.
Right, and it doesn't really. It's all part of deglazing. It's not really burn on there. A little bit of, even if you don't need to make a sauce, you take the food you cooked out while the pan's still hot. You can deglaze the pan with some water just by doing what I did with water, running it around, and that saves you cleaning. Then when you want to re-season this, it's super simple. You just dry it real well, put it back on the heat, on medium to medium-high heat, and then put some good oil. We use olive oil. I prefer that to vegetable oil, but a nice oil, or they actually sell seasoning oil. You put that on a napkin, paper napkin, run it around while it's still hot, turn it off, let it sit on the stove. And what that does is opens the pores of the metal, brings the oil down in, and that keeps it seasoned and keeps it from rusting.
Kind of like properly moisturizing your face. But I like to use the spritzer. I spritz the oil on, and then I take a paper towel and rub it around. And that's my preferred way to do it. And so this is looking good. It smells good.
Smells real good. So we got about another minute and a half on this. We'll add the peas, we'll add the chicken back in, and then we have 3 to 5 minutes of cooking with the chicken on top, and then it'll be done.
Yep. So an easy recipe. If anyone's like me, gnocchi can kind of be a little intimidating, and that never tried making it myself. But when I saw it in the store pre-made here and stuff, I was like, oh, I need to find some recipes for that, because that just sounds good. And they make other flavors and stuff too of different gnocchis over here. And so yeah, you can just see we're just kind of adjusting the temperatures and stuff as we need. And this month, we do have the 60% off of any of our cookware line and stuff. So the cast iron, the enamel cast iron, the stainless nonstick, the new Brilliance cookware, and the signature nonstick and stuff are all 60% off for our hosts. So if you're looking to update your cookware at all and stuff, it's a great time to do that, just by getting some friends together virtually and just sharing some recipes and everything. And now one of the things I do recommend when it comes to cookware is have a couple of each of the collection, so you have a well-rounded, kitchen. Now with the stainless steel, most people steered clear of that because they were afraid of it. But now that we have the non-stick stainless, where it has the inlay in it and stuff, a lot more people are really enjoying it. And if you have an induction cooktop, the ones that are compatible with our induction cooktop is our, obviously our cast irons, our Brilliance nonstick cookware, as well as the stainless nonstick. So if you have any questions on any of those, let us know. If you'd like this recipe, comment in below and stuff, and I will message it to you and stuff. Super easy. You could probably make this in a stainless pan, or
you could make this in a stainless pan or a stainless nonstick pan. If you don't have cast iron, here's the benefit of cast iron. Cast iron distributes the heat very evenly, and it gets it hot and then it stays hot. And so that's really what you want to do for when you're making dishes like this. You want to get it hot. You want it to stay hot, and then you also want to create the fond, because one of the key principles of this dish is seasoning the sauce and getting all that fond and sauce cooked into the gnocchi, getting all the flavors off the bottom.
And when we seasoned our chicken, we seasoned both sides of it.
We did.
Yeah, a few pieces of bacon still there. Get that bacon in there.
Yeah. Get in there, bacon. Everything's better with bacon.
Right?
You know, and here's the other thing. Don't be afraid of recipes, right? And if you like something a lot, let's say you really like garlic. If you really like garlic and it calls for 2 cloves, put 4.
We do.
We do. If you really like bacon and it calls for 2 pieces, put 6. We do.
Yeah, on our recipe last night, it only called for 2 pieces, and I put the entire pack. It was a fettuccine Alfredo.
And
it
let me
was
tell
really
you,
good.
it was amazing.
And that's,
So get creative, experiment, try out new things.
Yep, so we are just going to let that simmer for a few minutes, and then our dinner will be ready. So thank you for joining in. We hope you guys are having a great day. See you later. Bye now. Hey everybody, how are we doing?